Thousands of people are getting scammed trying to move to Canada because nobody explains the process properly. Some people sell fake job offers, some people collect money for fake LMIAs, some promise guaranteed visas. And after wasting thousands of dollars, people realize they never even understood the real immigration routes in the first place. So in this video, I'm breaking down the four biggest pathways people actually use to immigrate to Canada, the exact steps involved, the hidden realities nobody tells you, the mistakes destroying applications, and how to avoid becoming another immigration victim online. And trust me, if you're serious about relocating, you need to hear all of this before making any move. So just a quick pause before we continue. A big shout out to Dreamport. This is a travel manager site where once you apply, you get trained and start earning in dollars. Many of my amazing fans and followers are already on Dreamport. I'm gonna also put the link in the description box, and this is just a snippet. You do not have to pay anything. You can do it anywhere you find yourself in the world. You simply take the test, you take the training, and you start earning in dollars. You do not need to pay a dime. And also, I've been helping people build their resumes from scratch and help them review their resumes, cover letter, relocation package. Just check out my website. The link is going to be in the description box and also in the pinned comment section. So do well to get your CV reviewed and also increase your chances of traveling abroad and start earning in dollars today anywhere you find yourself in the world. So if you're trying to work abroad, study abroad, or position yourself internationally, check the links below after this video. Now let's get to the real pathways. The route number one is express entry. Yes, you've probably watched many videos, you hear express entry, but let's break it down exactly what it entails. So this is Canada's major skilled immigration system. And this is where many people misunderstand the process completely. People think I have a degree and work experience, so Canada will automatically take me. No. Express entry is competitive. Canada ranks applicants using a point system called CRS, which means Comprehensive Ranking System. Your score is based on your age, education, English or French level, years of work experience, Canadian education, Canadian work experience, marital status, and other factors. So let's break down the process properly. The first step, you first check if you're eligible. Canada usually wants at least 1 year of skilled work experience, minimum language scores, and acceptable education credentials. For many applicants, English exams become critical here. This IELTS and CELPIP are commonly used. And yes, your language score can literally determine whether you move or not. Some people rewrite IELTS 4 or 5 times just to increase CRS points. That's how serious it gets. So it is actually important. The next step is you create your express entry profile online. Inside that profile, you enter your education, your work history, your test results, your marital status, and your background details. Then Canada calculates your CRS score. And after that has been calculated, the next step is you enter the candidate pool. Now, this is very important. You're not guaranteed permanent residency just because you entered the pool. Every few weeks, Canada conducts draws. They select applicants above a certain CRS cutoff score. So if the cutoff is, let's say, 500 and your score is 470, you have to wait. And this is the brutal reality many influencers or people don't tell people. You have to wait. So it just draws. It just depends. Okay. Some applicants remain in that pool for months, others for even over a year, just waiting to be selected. But they say patience is a virtue. So then, after all this is done, if you're selected, you receive an invitation to apply. Then comes the serious documentation stage. This is where many applications collapse. You must provide employment letters, proof of work experience, police clearances, medical exams, passport documents, educational evaluation, and proof of funds. Everything must match perfectly because immigration officers verify details very carefully. Now, let's talk about proof of funds because many people fail here. One major mistake applicants make is suddenly depositing huge money into their account before applying. Maybe your account has been empty for months, then suddenly $25,000 appears or Canadian dollars appears. Immigration officers notice these things immediately. So that's why they ask for several months of bank history. They want to see consistency. They want to see that the money is not borrowed, your money is not pretending to be savings. So after all of that is done, so just try to be genuine. Plan ahead of time, be one step ahead of the whole process. And the next step is if approved, you receive permanent residency. That means you can legally live, work, and study in Canada. Now, let's move to the second major pathway. But before we move, did you understand? Tell me in the comment section, do you understand now how express entry works? The fact it's called express entry does not mean it just happens with a snap of a finger. It takes work. Let me know in the comment section. Have you ever tried to go through this route? What was your experience, or are you planning to go through this route? If you have specific questions about this, check out my website. Let's have a session. If you need upgrade of your CV, check out my website and just pay for your CV upgrades. People who have worked with are impressed. I I'm just so happy I'm adding value to people's lives. So if you want to be among that pool, don't wait today, sacrifice and get your CV reviewed. Now let's go to route number 2, the study pathway. This route exploded in popularity because many people realized Canada education can increase permanent residency chances. But this route is not cheap and it's definitely not easy. So your first step, you have to apply to a Canadian institution, usually colleges, universities, or postgraduate diploma programs. Now, many people strategically choose programs lasting at least 2 years because longer programs can lead to longer post graduation work permits later. And step 2, you apply for your study permit. This stage is very serious financially. Canada wants you to prove that you can survive there. Not assumptions, not promises, real proof. You may need bank statements, tuition proof, sponsorship documents, proof of income, and evidence showing how you will support yourself. And honestly, Canada is expensive. Tuition for international students is high. Housing is expensive. Transportation is expensive. Food is expensive. Many applicants underestimate this completely. After all this is put together, you need to convince immigration officers you will obey visa conditions. This is where ties to your home country becomes important. Canada wants evidence that if your status expires, you return home. That includes employment, business ownership, family ties, property, financial stability, and travel history. And yes, travel history matters more than people realize. If you've never traveled outside your country before, officers may become more cautious because there is no history proving you traveled and returned legally before. But don't let this stop you, right? It's just important. It's not like you will not travel if you have not gotten this, okay? So, now the next step is to study in Canada. Most students can work limited hours during academic periods and more during authorized breaks. Some spouses may also qualify for open work permits. This is why many couples use the student route strategically. What did I say? Strategically, if you're a couple. So after that, after graduation, you can apply for what we call PGWP, Post Graduation Work Permit. This is one of the biggest advantages of the student pathway in Canada. If your program qualifies, you may receive an open work permit for up to 3 years. I always advise people try to know if the program qualifies before even applying because not all programs qualify. So do your research ahead of time. So this means that you can work for almost any employer. Gains after Sorry, guys. After this is done, you can gain skilled Canadian work experience. So this becomes powerful because Canadian experiences it increases CRS points heavily on the express entry. And then now you can apply for permanent residency. So now here's the reality nobody says loudly enough. This route takes time. This is it basically. You study, you graduate, you work, you apply for PR, you wait again. So for many people, this process may take 4 to 5 years or more. So if somebody online tells you come to Canada as a student and get PR immediately, be careful. Now let's discuss the third pathway. But before we go there, where are you watching from? Are you in Canada already? Are you in the US? Are you in Nigeria, Cameroon, Kenya? Where are you guys watching from? Let me know in the comment. Put your flag in the comment section. Are you finding value of this video? If you have how we constructive feedback, please let me know in the comment. I'm here for you guys to give you all you need genuinely so you can start planning effectively and efficiently. No shortcuts, but just legally and find yourself abroad. Information and knowledge, they say, is power. Let's go to the third one. So, this is where online scams are everywhere. Employer sponsored work permit. So the first step is you have to get a real Canadian job offer, not fake ones. Guys, I'm still putting a video together to put all the fake job offers I've received so you guys can stay alert. And if you want that, just let me know in the comment section, fake job offer information. And then I'm gonna put together something because I've received so many fake job offers. Now I know exactly what it looks like. You guys have to pay attention to, especially when you're trying to travel. So you have to get the real one, not edited PDFs, not fake emails, not WhatsApp screenshots, real employers. And in many cases, the employer applies for LMIA, that is the Labor Market Impact Assessment. This means the employer must prove no Canadian citizen or permanent resident is available for this role. Think about how difficult that process already sounds. That's why genuine LMIAs are valuable and difficult. The next step is once the LMIA is approved, you apply for your work permit. Immigration officers review it. They review your qualifications, your background, and your documents, your finances, and your travel history. So the next step is you move to Canada and work legally. Then later, many people use this Canadian work experience to apply for permanent residency. Now let's talk about scams because this part is serious. Some fake agents promise guaranteed LMIA, guaranteed work permit, guaranteed visa approval. Please listen carefully. Nobody can guarantee immigration approval. Absolutely nobody. That's why somebody would text me, I'm willing to pay this amount for you to guarantee my visa. I say no. I can walk you through, I can let you know your pain points, I can do everything, but nothing is guaranteed. That's just it is 50-50%. Of course, you're trying to get the most out of it, put yourself in a better position, have a good CV, and do all you can do, but it's never guaranteed, unfortunately. But this doesn't stop you from trying, and I'm sure we are aware of this. So anybody telling you come, I'm giving you, it's a lie. Or if you have had somebody that can tell you come and give you and the person gives you 100% guaranteed, let me know. I'm sure we'll all like to know this person, right? So only immigration officers approve visas. And another important fact is it is illegal for employers to sell LMIAs. So when somebody asks for outrageous money promising secret connections, that's a massive red flag. Another dangerous issue goes consultants. People pay thousands of dollars, then suddenly the consultant disappears completely. No updates, no application, no refund. That's why you must research properly before paying anyone. Check reviews, verify licenses, check whether they actually exist beyond social media. That's why when I say, okay, this is my website, you pay for this service, you send me an email, and I get your document to you. That is it. I'm not here to tell you, oh, The website is there and my contact is there. You can reach me. I'm on everywhere. You can find me. So you guys have to do your research. And if you do, if I put all this information, for example, for me, and you don't feel comfortable saying, I don't trust this person enough to pay for a CV, that's okay. You pay for a service you see there's value in it. Pay for something you find value out of it. Nobody should force you to do anything, even for me, guys. So please do your research. And if you can do it on your own, why not? I've done everything on my own. So, and that's why I'm helping other people go through these routes, because I've done a lot of research to put out this information, and I've actually gone through the routes. So I know how it works. That's why we're here to assist and be genuine about it. So it's very important to do your research, because nobody can create a website with a maple leaf logo, and or anybody can create a website with just a logo and call themselves immigration experts. That's why I say I'm not an immigration expert. This is all research. Now let's move to the fourth pathway. But before we move, let me know in the comment section, are you getting value out of this? Please share with someone who needs the actual information. And this one is very important, the provincial nominee programs. This route is powerful but less understood. Canada's provinces run their own immigration streams. Ontario, Alberta, British Columbia, Saskatchewan, Nova Scotia, Manitoba, and others. Each province targets workers they specifically need. Some prioritize healthcare workers, truck drivers, construction workers, French speakers, tech workers, agriculture workers, or international graduates. And their videos on this on my channel. Check out my channel. You find amazing videos about traveling for the specific provinces. So for this one, the first step is find a province matching your background and career. Every province specializes in a particular thing most times. The next is apply to that province nomination program. Requirements may vary. So some require job offers, some prioritize work experience, some prefer people already studying or working there. So it just depends. And there's also room for unskilled workers, like to go for agriculture, construction. Just do your research. If you need help, I'm here for you. Book your session today. And the next step is, if nominated, you gain a massive immigration advantage. Some nominations dramatically increase CRS points under express entry. And for many applicants, that nomination becomes the difference between permanent residency, approval, and rejection. So now, before ending this video, let's discuss the biggest reasons applications fail. Number one, fake or weak proof of funds. The next one is poorly scanned documents. The next is blurry passports, cut off pages, missing translations. This thing mattered more than people think. It is very important. The third one is weak ties to home country. The next is little or no travel history. The next is submitting incomplete applications. And we have number 6, which is believing random online advice instead of official information. So your cousin's approval story from 2018 is not today's immigration reality. Rules change constantly. Rules change constantly. That's why I do deep dive into all the platforms, official sites, to come and put this information here for you guys, because it takes time. Takes time. So please do me the favor of liking, sharing, leaving a comment. It helps. It helps a lot. So, and finally, people need to understand something emotionally. Immigration is stressful. I'm not going to lie to you. I've done it alone. I know how stressful it is. The waiting, the uncertainty, the financial pressure, the fear of refusal, money wasted, sometimes the pressure from family expectations. This process can test people mentally. That's why preparation matters, patience matters, and accurate information matters. And you must be ready to sacrifice. It's a 50-50% chance. Now, I want honest answers in the comment. If you had the opportunity today, which route would you choose? Express entry, study pathway, work permit, provincial nominee program? Which one are you going to choose now that you know exactly how each of these routes work? And for people already living in Canada, what's one thing nobody warned you about before moving there? Let's help people with real information instead of fake promises online. And if this video helped you, please share it with somebody planning to relocate before they get scammed. Check out my website for my amazing services. Please like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much. It goes a long way. And I'm going to see you in my next video. Check out other amazing videos on my channel. God bless you all.